All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the ninth. That's right, the ninth season of the Quaddie Poddy. Cashy joined by Nicko. We back.
We're back, mate. It's good to be here. It's been a while. We've been on double at least, working the voiceover as much as we can. But we're back this week if it goes ahead.
Yeah, I was gonna say it's it's wet in Sydney. If you haven't seen the news,
bucketing down. It's been bucketing down pretty much for the last probably 2 or 3 weeks, and it's been non-stop for probably the last 3 or 4 days, really, here in Sydney. So. Unlikely, I think the meet will go forward because it's just going to ruin the track for the whole of spring. But we'll wait and see. There's a chance it might get run, but I think it's likely to be like 2 weeks ago when they called it off. So
I think maybe might move it back to like a Monday sort of thing because Saturday it's meant to rain, but still there's meant to be like at least some reprieve from the wet, and then also Sunday it's not meant to rain, and then Monday it's not meant to rain before the rain starts to hit again later on in that week. So I wouldn't be surprised if it gets moved. But I mean, let's just play them how we see them. Okay, let's tip some winners. Let's figure it out, and let's just say it's going ahead. And we'll start off the spring with a bang. Last year we started off the spring with a bang, and we had about 8 winners on the pod. Let's see if we can do it again. But obviously, take these with a grain of salt because a lot of these horses could end up scratching, including almost half the field in the big Winx stakes later on that we'll discuss. But what have you been up to, mate?
Not much, man. Footy season's still going for us. We play finals not this weekend, next weekend, which should be good. First finals in a couple of years since our first year in 19. So 4 or 5 years, which is good.
Yeah.
Swans have flopped, which sucks. But I haven't been watching a lot of racing either. It's been pretty average the last couple of months since autumn kind of ended. But we all know it kind of ramps up from here, and yeah, some good ponies going to start running around, that's for sure. So I'm keen for the next couple of weeks, couple of months. And yeah, man. What about you? How you been going?
Haven't been doing much, mate. Just working along. Making sure the socials are ticking over. Making sure we do our dabble streams. Making sure we're making money on the dabble. Obviously, if I'm repping the merch, use code MOCKSPORTS when signing up to let them know we sent you. Obviously, set a deposit limit when doing so. But yeah, I've just been ticking away, waiting for spring to come back because, this is our time. This is our time to shine. We lock in for a couple of months. We pick as many winners as we can, and then we party through the summer and when silly season hits in December. But, going to Fiji in a couple of weeks. So in a couple of weeks' time, punters, you're only going to hear the sultry tones of Nick Hyland's voice over the airways while I'm laying on a beach over there in Fiji.
It's all right.
But, I think I'm due a break. We've had you go to New Zealand in the last season. It's my time for a break, and then I'll be back each and every week making sure hopefully I can go back to back in punter of the spring, great spring tip-off. All right, we'll touch on that later, but I'm going for, what is it, I think 3 or 4 straight tipping competitions, 2 in the spring.
Yeah.
I want to go back to back. I want to send you to Macca's again, mate.
No, for sure. And we will say, as soon as my footy season's over, the Pilates session will get done. We have held off as much as we could.
And KX Pilates are frauds. They've left me on red. Oh, well, I haven't even seen it, honestly. In the DMs, I've sent that many emails.
Just go somewhere else.
Who knows? I'm going to have to look elsewhere. If you've got any recommendations for Pilates studios, if not, I got a good suggestion the other day, transitioning into just like a CrossFit session, like a really hard CrossFit session for you.
Yeah, okay.
Like a couple of my mates do go to a CrossFit gym where they said we could probably go there and they just put you through your paces. That could be good content. But I mean, KX Pilates, open your emails.
No, for sure. All right. Well, it is coming, guys. As soon as footy season's done, which will be at a maximum in about a month, and then that content will come out.
Yeah, looking forward to it. Well, I mean, let's get straight into it, mate. Let's talk spring and the upcoming races. Obviously, we'll get into Randwick in a bit, but let's just look at the spring that is ahead first. We always do this every season. We start off with who we think is going to be the best horse of the upcoming season, who's going to be the worst horse of the upcoming season. Horse of the spring, who have you got?
Horse of the spring, I've got Eliana for me. I reckon she's going to have a really good one. Finished the prep really well, won the Derby. And then, I had a look at her stats, which I've written down here. In listed races from 7 starts, she's had 3 wins, 2 second places, and 1 third place. So she's only missed the top 3 once in a listed race, which is pretty good form to go off for me.
Very
so
consistent.
I think she is going to go to the next level. Waller's a premier trainer in the world. And yeah, she's going to be my horse of the spring, I think.
I mean, my horse of the spring, I mean, call me boring, Via Sistina. I think she's just going to go wherever she goes, just do her thing. She's going to win. It's going to be the first horse in over 80 years to win a Group 1 as an 8-year-old female. She's good. We know she's good. Okay, we've always known she's good. She's going to dominate again. Don't try and convince me that she's not going to rock up on Cox Plate Day and absolutely demolish them again. None of this Antino bullshit. I don't know why everyone thinks that Antino's all of a sudden going to be beating Via Sistina. Happy to eat another chili like I did last year when Pride of Jenny beat her. Antino is not going to be cleaning the mud off of Via Sistina's hooves. Let's get that out of the way. But a left field one that, you know, people aren't probably going to call me, you know, Captain Obvious for is Tom Kitten. You're always a big Tom Kitten fan, and I'm finally on board with the Tom Kitten train. If you look at his form, All-Star Mile win in the autumn, then went a couple of lengths off of Via and Dubai Honor in the Queen Elizabeth, was also less than a length off winning a Doncaster, then throw it back to last spring, was a couple of strides away from winning an Epsom, a couple of strides away from winning a Golden Eagle. He has always been there and abouts among some of the best horses, finally cracked through and, you know, got his flowers and won the All-Star Mile, and then ran very respectably against Via Sistina and Dubai Honor, arguably 2 of the best horses in the world, arguably the very best horse in the world, Via Sistina. So, I mean, I think he's going to go to a next level. He's away from James Cummings now. He's headed over to Hong Kong. He's with the Freedman camp now. They're very confident that he's flying. Ben Melham's very confident that he's flying. I think he's going to be having a massive, massive spring, and I'd be shocked if he doesn't come out of the spring without at least one Group 1 to his name. We know he's a Group 1 winner already, but I think he's adding another one to his resume this spring.
Cool.
All right, mate. This is always controversial because it always comes back to bite us in the ass.
That's all right.
Who's biting you in the ass this spring? Who's your flop of the spring?
The flop of the spring is running this weekend as well. I'm going for Gringotts. Flop of the spring. I think they're just going to come against better horses throughout. I think he's a talented horse. Don't get me wrong. Going to come up against better opponents all prep. Not going to win many good races.
Big call.
Big call. That's all right.
Big call.
I'm put
He's
myself out there.
550 in a Group 1 this weekend.
That's all right. I'll have a go. I sound like, yeah.
But to be honest, though, if he comes out and wins this weekend.
But look, if it's this weekend, I'll eat my words because it's like it's a wet track. It brings him into the race, right?
That's what I'm saying. Like I'm feeling like you're going to get people to shit on you this weekend if he comes out and wins. But I still think that it's not that bad of a call.
I don't think
especially if the entire Waller camp scratches. I don't think like he's going to get a Group 1 if he does and wins. But like you can't be like, oh, you're an idiot. You said Gringotts was going to be shit. He didn't beat Via Sistina, Fangirl, and Aliana. But like if they all scratch, you know. So
we'll have a look. We'll wait and see.
I don't mind it. My flop of the spring is Mr. Brightside.
Cool.
I think he's done, man. He's had his time in the sun. I think they've finally figured out that he doesn't go past 1600, so I don't think we'll be seeing him on a Cox Plate prep this spring. And he trialed like the wheels had fallen off the other day. It reminded me very much so of Zaki.
Fair enough. That's not very cool.
You know, when I was at the track when Zaki had the big trial where he was returning for the spring, and then all of a sudden he looked like he was a busted Holden Commodore going down the straight. And then a week later it came out, we're skipping the whole spring with him because he's just not that good at the moment. Or perhaps it was autumn, whichever one it was, but the wheels started to visibly fall off in a public trial. Mr. Brightside's jump out the other day. He looked no good. He looked gassed. And then I think he's going to be coming up against too many horses that are younger, fitter, stronger, on the up. He's going to be coming up against the Tom Kittens. He's going to be coming up against the Another Wills. He's going to be coming up later in the spring, you know, potentially running into the Lady Shenandoahs if it turns out she's not a miler. Might run into an Autumn Glow, might run into an Aliana, might run into a Treasure of the Moment. I just think that while Mr. Brightside has paid a lot of money to the punters, he is not going to be the punter's friend this spring. I think we'll see him run a lot of respectable second and thirds, and then potentially bow out at the end of the spring. That's what I'm tipping with Mr. Brightside there.
Awesome.
All right, mate. Who's your horse that you think is one to really look at for at least a Group 1? I've said mine. Mine's Tom Kitten. I'm backing Tom Kitten in the Memsey Stakes at $6, and I love a $6 to place in the Cox Plate. Might be a rogue bet, but if he gets to a Cox Plate, no reason why he can't run a place behind Via Sistina again. Replace broadsiding for third last year, maybe. He's paying $6 at the moment. I've got those bets on. Who are you looking at when it comes to horses to really look at for a Group 1 race in the spring?
We'll see. I probably answered this question a bit differently to you because I've picked a horse that hasn't won a Group 1 for this, in Woderton.
Jeez. Bloodstock's going to be loving you, mate.
I think Woderton, as I said during autumn, has the potential to be a bit more of a better horse as a 3-year-old and a 4-year-old, I think, and just is going to mature well.
Switzerland vibes.
So Woderton for me to win a Group 1 this spring.
Fair enough, mate. Anything else you want to discuss before we throw it to the listeners?
Do you want to go through your top 5 horses? I think it's good to go through it at the start of the season, and we can kind of reflect on it at the end of the season. If you want, I can go first. I've got mine written down.
I'll let you go first.
I think, you can pick top 4 behind Via Sistina, I think. Via Sistina is clear.
Via Sistina's number 1.
Number 2, I've gone for Lady Shenandoah.
Fair.
Number 3, I've gone for Antino.
Okay.
And then I've got 3 next in my next tied 3 between Jimmy Star, Jolly Star, and Treasure at the Moment.
Fair.
I think they're all
solid picks.
I think they're all very comfortable. You can probably change the order up a little bit if you really wanted to, but that's actually 6. So that's my top 5 without Via Sistina, because that's what I thought was the best thing to do, because obviously Via Sistina's everyone's clear on that. But I'm pretty solid with those ones.
Yeah, I mean, Via Sistina is my number 1, and then it gets boring from there. It's the Mighty Mares. Treasure the Moment's the only one not trained by Chris Waller. You got Treasure the Moment in second spot. She's really going to be the one main threat, or main Aussie threat to Via Sistina in the Cox Plate, you'd think. And then Lady Shen, Aliana, and then Autumn Glow. I know Autumn Glow hasn't really put the runs on the board compared to those other girls, but I think this is the spring where we see, is she baby Winx, like everyone's seeming to call her? Like, she seems to be able to do no wrong. Waller's going to send her wherever he sends her. Will she win? So will she run this weekend? I doubt it, but I think if she does, she probably wins. But yeah, I think the world's her oyster, Autumn Glow. And speaking of another horse trained by Chris Waller under the name Autumn Boy, I think is a 3-year-old that's going to do quite a bit of damage come the spring as well. Obviously, he's nowhere near top 5 horses. Just thought of it because of the word autumn. But yeah, boring, but I mean,
that's right.
Easy to really name those sort of 5. I mean,
yeah,
that'd be in most people's top 5s.
For sure. And then last thing before we throw to our listener questions and hotline, just to update on our 2 horses.
Yes.
October Star and She's a Sort. Both have trialed, as I'm sure you guys have seen over our socials.
And they're trialing tomorrow. If you're listening
tomorrow
to this on the Thursday night, they're trialing as of Friday. So
in the absolute slop of Warwick Farm.
I mean, I guess it'll show us if they're good in the wet.
Yeah. So little update. October Star, the way we kind of looked at it, trialed really well and ran really well. Looks really nice in the run. And it's going to come back tomorrow and look even better, according to the camp. And then She's a Sort. Just wants to run, doesn't she?
Yeah. Full of beans. Quick, but just needs to learn how to harness that quickness.
So, yeah, we're just going to educate a bit of harnessing. But that's been going on since her last trial until tomorrow. So, tomorrow is a big indicator, but also won't be all chips in because of the weather.
100%. But both jockeys that got off them both said, yeah, abilities there. Still need to educate them a bit more before you head to the races, though.
For sure.
Yeah, looking forward to it. Monarch Racing. Head to their website if you want to see their available horses. Princess Q has been absolutely smashing it. Jace will be jumping for joy. 2 for 2 this prep for Princess Q. So shout out to them. And shout out Richie Litt. He trains October Star and She's a Sort. And I've tipped one of his horses later on in this pod. Just you wait and see who it is. And actually, I've just got one thing I want to say before we head to listen to questions. Listen to questions might have actually asked this. I don't know, but I want to address it. We've said horse to go to another level, but I just want to point out jockey to go to another level. Put some respect on his name. He's been out of the headlines for a while because he had that sort of suspension. Hadn't really won a Group 1 in a while. But Tommy Berry. I think Tommy Berry, a few years ago, it was clear. J-Mac number 1, Tommy Berry number 2. And he sort of fell out of favour a little bit because of the suspension and because he hadn't really won a big race in a while. Has won a couple of more races under his belt in the last sort of 12 months. But I think this is the spring of Tommy Berry. I can see him jumping on some very, very good horses and getting some real big-time wins. Obviously, you're probably not hoping so this weekend because he's on Gringotts, but I think it's the spring of Tommy Berry. I think he is going to absolutely remind us who the hell he is, and we need to be able to respect his name. Like none of this.
And he finally followed us.
Yeah.
After years and years.
We've been chasing him. He finally followed us. But yeah, I'm expecting big things from Tommy Berry this spring. 100%. I just wanted to put that out there. But yeah, let's head to listener questions, mate.
Listener questions first.
Yeah, let's get the listener questions out of the way, and then we'll finish off with some hotline.
Awesome, mate. All right, let me get it up. I was expecting the hotline first, but that's all right. I know what one of the questions is because I had a quick look. All right. From Capybara Lover, 200. Autumn Glow doesn't lose this week, simply wins and has already beat the whole field. It's only going to be the wetness that is going to make her lose, I think. That's the only thing is absolute donkeys can get up and win in these kind of conditions. So
100%.
What are your 3 best future bets for the spring from Toby Herf? Me personally, I don't love futures bets. I know Cashy got to speak to Chris Waller, who gave us some insight of where a couple of the horses end up going and what kind of races they're kind of looking at. So if you go watch that video, there's a couple that you can list off and go have a look at the markets for. But me personally, the only one I'd really say is I know Antino's probably looking at the Maccabi Diva, Turnbull into a Cox Plate. So if you look at the Maccabi Diva or the Turnbull, Antino wouldn't be the worst bet if I really had to pick, but still early days at the moment.
Yeah, I mean, I've only got a few on at the moment. That's the Tom Kitten bets that I rattled off earlier. $6 in the Memsey currently and $6 to place in the Cox Plate. And I mean, I can brag all I want, but I've got Carving Risings at 13s in the Everest. I can't really tell you to go get on him now at $1.80. I'd look like a fucking idiot. But yeah, those are the 3. Those are the best bets I have on. But I mean, only 2 of them you can still get that price with Tom Kitten. So I would say go jump on them now.
Sam Taylor asks, Cashy's King early call for the Coolmore. I'm placing the bet now.
That's my race, man. That's my race. Coolmore. I don't lose the Coolmore. And if I'm going to pick one horse to get around the Coolmore, let's just have a look here at the market. If I can get that up quickly, Coolmore, Cashy Coolmore of Osmosis fame. And then Switzerland last year. Where is the market for the Coolmore?
They took it down because they knew you're going to win.
Yeah, I know, eh? Don't mind Beedman, current favourite $6.50, but I'm more on Beedman for a Golden Rose. I'm pretty confident that horse is going to run a really good race unless, this rain hangs around and just ruins everything. But one on the price, I think Jimmy Ricard at $13, $4 to place is one that I could really get behind for the Coolmore. Ran, I believe it was last weekend or the weekend before at Moonee Valley. Just looked quick, man, and still looked like he had a lot to learn. He's another one of those horses that with the Coolmore, it's often won by a horse that just bursts on the scene in the spring. It's not one that was around come Golden Slipper time. Osmosis was the same. Switzerland was a big boom horse in the autumn, but then fell off a bit before, hang on, he's actually really good and wins the Coolmore at a price. I think Jimmy Ricard kind of fits that bill with, someone that wasn't really on the radar come autumn, bursts onto the scene come spring and wins. $13 is a price I'd get behind for him.
Awesome. Josh Barrett, 3-year-old of the spring. I said Woderson. Who do you got?
Sorry, repeat that, sorry.
3-year-old of the spring.
Autumn Boy.
Cool. Daniel Smith, will Here to Shock win a Group 1 this spring? That's a good question.
You're a big Here to Shock guy.
I don't mind Here to Shock. I just think just always comes against a better opponent, a bit like Gringotts, in the way I think that Gringotts' spring's going to go.
I say no. Just not
I
good
say
enough
no
for
as
Group
well.
1.
Maybe a Group 2 or Group 3 at best.
Yeah.
It's giving me
That's its ceiling.
Stapati vibes.
Oh,
Run
yeah.
a place
Yeah.
consistently in a couple, but no win.
Great comparison.
Singer Lachlan, not a question, but good to have you boys back. Let's back some winners. Thank you, mate. Jasper Langley, thoughts on Barraquil off an injury?
Have to watch it run first. It was the boom horse this time last year, but much like Gigi Kick, who knows what it's going to be like after such a long break. So I'm not backing it personally, but who knows if it comes out and wins, I'll be straight back on the train.
Yeah, I'll keep an eye on it because obviously it's coming back from an injury, and did it have surgery?
I'm not sure if it had surgery.
Just had a bit of a rest.
Yeah, I mean it's been out since last November.
You'd assume maybe, but they might be pumping it with drugs, and unfortunately, when the horses get pumped with drugs, they come out and win.
Allegedly.
Allegedly. Lockie Howard, we're so back. Speaking of back, where's Animo?
I miss Animo, man.
Animo.
All I want is Animo. I wasn't going to drink tonight, but then he mentioned Animo.
Franny 11, great to see you legends back. Hope you have a big spring. I'll be backing you in. Thanks, mate. Appreciate that. Henry Ferguson, what horse wins the most Group 1s this spring?
Sistina.
Yeah, Lady Shenandoah, maybe.
I was going to say Shenandoah, but then turns out she's potentially headed to the sprint. So I think.
Oh, true. There's probably not. What do you got? Lightning.
You got the champions if she goes there after the Everest. I mean, Everest is a Group 1 now.
There's not many, hey.
There's not many. Yeah, there's more for the milers and middle distances for them to be winning.
Yeah.
So yeah, I think she'll win a couple. Whether she can't win the most, though, I don't think if she sticks to the sprints.
Damon Winley asks how many lengths Autumn Glow. Could be 5. Could be half the length. Could lose by a nose.
Never know with this weather.
Never know. And then Charlie Kalan for the last one says Eliana in the Winx. Yeah, that's it. You just typed it 3 different times.
At least we know who he's on.
Not a bad bet.
Yeah, 100%. Well, we got 2 hotline callers this weekend. We got Creamy first up.
Oh, God.
Hey, guys. Matt here. Long-time listener, first-time caller. Just calling to ask the question about Nick and not following through with the forfeit from the last tipping comp. Thought that showed pretty poor form from him. Thought he was a honest man, but this made me have second thoughts on him and all of his horse tips now.
Oh, there you go.
Well, thanks to Creamy for that. Yeah, like I said, it'll come through at the end of the AFL season, mate. I know you're very keen to see it. But yeah, I appreciate you getting on the hotline, mate. First time caller, hopefully last time caller. Not a very good golfer either. So thank you very much.
It would have happened, but they just do not respond to our emails.
Yeah.
I just
Cashy can confirm it. It's not even just a Nick saying it to get out of it. I don't care. Why would I not want to do it? It'd take me an hour.
I genuinely thought they just mustn't do media collaborations. And then I saw an influencer who had less followers than us doing a collaboration with them. So I don't know if
a fitness influencer.
Well, yeah, but I mean,
we're a horse racing podcast.
I mean, and I described it as the punishment was doing your class. We offered to book out a whole class. How much money is that in their pocket just for us to film for an hour? Like, come on now. Answer your emails.
Yeah.
And then Stocks Bloodstock.
G'day, boys. George from Stocks Bloodstock here. Quaddie Poddy is back.
Hell yeah,
and
brother.
I'm excited for spring. I'd say a prediction for me for spring is Wotan at least wins one Group 1.
Yeah, there you go.
I'll give the game away if he doesn't. That's I'm very confident. Yeah, hope you guys have a good weekend on the punt. Hopefully this meeting doesn't get called off. Cheers, boys.
He's all in on Wotan, isn't he?
Yeah, he is. He is for sure.
Yeah, well, I mean, I can't hate on the bloke. That was me with Osmosis this time 2 years ago. So
for sure. I think as well, as we come to the end of that, the only real thing that we haven't touched on yet before we get into the Randwick card is news for the Golden Eagle. We didn't mention that. I think it should be brought up and should be mentioned. If you're not too sure, Golden Eagle has been moved from its traditional Rose Hill venue to Randwick. And me and Cashy are not too happy about it, to be honest. Look, I know I can see why they've done it. Like, Originally I was pretty pissed off, purely based off it is so much more local to us, and we always have a good bit of fun. But I think we can both agree over the last, have we been 3 years or just 2?
Yeah.
I think we've been 3 years in a row.
Yeah, we have.
Every year it's gotten progressively less busy. Last year was outrageously bad.
We got there slightly late last year because we were streaming for Dabble on that day.
We were.
And we were like, get there. It's going to be like packed. Going to be lines. We walked straight in and we went, oh, they must be watching the race. And we walked into that grandstand. There was no one there. And it was like race 4.
No, I agree. It's annoying that it's changed, but like honestly, there was no one there.
But to be fair, though, the last couple of years, shit weather stops people from walking up on the day. Plus, no advertising. They haven't advertised it.
Yeah, but they have a problem with that for everything, right? And the way Randwick goes, I feel like at the moment, the way that public transport kind of runs at the moment, as soon as that new metro opens up to Rose Hill, it might make a bit of a difference.
Maybe.
But people just don't want to come out west. A lot of the people that come to Randwick are from the eastern suburbs, from the northern beaches. Not a lot of people want to come out to your, Parramatta, pretty much.
Yeah.
It's a dodgy place for the east people, and I can see why it's done. They'll probably make more money off it from moving.
Yeah, they said attendance-wise, gambling-wise,
they'll just make more money.
They'll make more money off it. Plus, there's the safety issue. I do get that. 20 horses around Rose Hill is stupid. Like, we've seen multiple horses almost fall, like in that race in the last couple of years since they moved it to 20. My argument is just put it back down to 16 and keep it at Rose Hill because it's the Golden Eagle, Golden Slipper, Golden Rose, Golden Pendant, Golden Gift, Golden Eagle, all at Rose Hill. That's the whole thing.
It's the only race that, that's the thing, right? It's like, that's the bit that pisses me off is like, if they move this right, what races do they have left there? They've got Slipper, and that's it.
That's it now. And the thing is, stupid thing is they've got now a race by the name Rose Hill Gold Cup is going to be run at Randwick.
It makes no sense.
Like, it's just, I get it, but I don't.
No, like it just pisses me off more that this whole selling Rose Hill thing has gone like the way it has.
So petty, man.
And then now they're just taking away one of the only arguments that a lot of, like a big part of why Rose Hill was staying was because of the Golden Eagle, because of the Golden Slipper. They're going to move them both to Randwick so that no one has a choice and to make any argument. That's the only reason they're doing it, which is stupid.
It's a shame. Love the ATC, but I don't love that move. Don't love it at all.
Don't know what they're thinking.
All right. Tips?
We'll get into it, mate. We'll get into it now.
All righty. So, Randwick rundown, track report time.
Heavy 30s. Heavy 35s.
Weather's just going to be just horrible. There's no two ways about it. It's, heavy 30, heavy 50, if they even run. Rail in true position. Your track report is survival of the fittest, really. Just whoever rocks up on the day ready to swim. That's all I can say. Race 1, 1,200 meter benchmark 72. Just a gross way to get the spring kicked off, but we're used to it by now, mate, with these midways. Not going to mess around. Give me Divine Benny, $6 to win, $2.25 to place for a horse who literally swims. Like, that's literally all it does. 10 starts in the slop, placed it 7 times, coming off a win in the slop at this distance, lead all the way job, and I feel like he can do the same thing here. Roper gets the claim, so only down to 53 kilos. All signs pointed towards a solid showing. Divine Benny to kick off the season for me.
Kicking off the season with a same bet to start.
Yes!
Great start. Race 1. Took the words out of my mouth, mate. But yeah, there's going to be a lot of roughies on this card. Obviously doing a lot of form off the wet running. So bear in mind, if the race meet gets postponed to a Monday or a Tuesday and the conditions change and we back no winners, I'm not claiming that as a defeat because it'll be.
It's happened to us before. Yeah. It'll happen to us again.
We'll move to race 2. Got the highway class 2 here, 1,100 meters.
Yuck.
Yeah, very yuck race. He favors excessive force at $4.40, but I think you have to be on an absolute rocket of a horse here. Absolute rocket of a price. I'm going. Also, we didn't mention, got a new which you pretty much mentioned before. New apprentice is coming through.
Yeah.
Dylan Gibbons and Zach Lloyd are all done with
Finished
their
it up.
apprenticeship.
They've got their licenses.
So, speaking of Dylan Gibbons, I'm going with his horse, Brielle Rose. $41, a mighty $41 and $8.25 for a place. Last start,
Jesus.
third place, but has got 2 wins from 3 starts on the heavy track. Going real rough, 12th barrier. It's a leader. If it gets to the front, can lead the whole way and can win. That's what I'm going for here.
I'm going what could quite possibly be the best named horse of all time, Neil. Another on-pace horse that has proven in the wet and at the distance. Good price as well. $10 to win, $2.75. Go on, Neil. Kick, Neil. Kick. Like, that's just... I love horses that just get given human names. Like, there's a Neil. I'm pretty sure I've seen a Bob. I've seen a few good ones where they just give him a one-person human name. Very funny. I like it. Neil for me. Race 3, 2,400 meters, benchmark 78. Slightly better race, but gee, it would have been better if it was dry. Favorite Juja Kibo will likely be hard to beat despite the wide barrier. He absolutely rocketed from the back punters, and it's very hard to make up ground in these conditions, but he was able to do so in similarly shit conditions last start. Just flew past the horses, and some of them he's facing here again. So he's going to get through the deck. He will likely eat up the distance, but boy, oh boy, that price in these conditions is not one that I want to get behind. So I think I'm going to try to bet around him instead. I'm going to go with Bluestone, luckless loser, constantly coming second, but finds a very winnable race here. J-Mac booked, also shows confidence from the camp, is at his pet distance, shouldn't be too far away, going around the bend. $4.50 to win is a price I'm happy. Hopefully he can hold off the late run of the favorite.
I'm going with piggyback, mate. $7, $2.20 for a place. Nash on board. Another unlucky loser coming there or thereabouts in pretty much every start it's had this prep. And it's got some decent heavy record. 4 starts, 2 wins, 2 in the minor placings. So not too bad for me as we move into race number 4, 1,200 meter benchmark 78 here. This is actually a really good race, mate. Iron Man, who is one that I followed pretty nicely through spring last year, is coming around. Point and shoot. Is that, how do you say it? Lug? Anyway, I'm going with Joseph Pride trained Kerguelen.
Kerguelen?
That probably sounds a bit better. $5, 11th barrier. 5 starts in the heavy, 3 wins, 2 second places behind that. Not too bad for me, mate. Gonna go with it here.
Yeah, look, point and shoot. Horse I'm very scared of. Had an amazing summer. Tackled Group 1 racing. But, I mean, J-Mac jumping on board as well. But surely, I know it's a short race, but still 61 kilos in this weather. Not a weight I love. I mean, he could come out and smash them, but I'm just going to go for a horse that's further down the form guide there and down in the weights. Also, doesn't love the wet. So heavyweight, doesn't love the wet. I think point and shoot there is a vulnerable horse, hence why he's not favourite probably. Looking at a horse carrying 6 kilos less, Winston Hills, also doesn't love the wet, but I mean, no horse loves it this wet. So found one, he's just got the pet distance, should ride the leader's backs, hopefully gets a place or even a win. $10 to win, $3 to place.
Awesome.
Move to the race 5, 2,000 meters, Group 3 Premiers Cup. Finally, we get some decent horses. Cleveland, the best horse in the race. But this wet and this distant, I argue I argue he can... Oh, my God.
Sheesh. He's got some cobwebs in the vocal cords.
I argue he can't really show his best. Saltcoats is super short and fair enough as well. He swims and he swims well. He's the Grant Hackett of the racing world. It's also his best distance. Will likely start shorter once all those scratchings come in, so I wouldn't be surprised to see him dip below $2. But Nelly Lalex, for me, his last 2 starts have been really good, and he's only been run down by 2 really good horses in Sayadati Saturday and Relentless Voyager. And Relentless Voyager is a horse that everyone had picked for the Cups after their last meeting because of such a good run, then has since been scratched from the spring. So I think this horse should set a strong pace, play catch me if you can, and hopefully they just can't catch him. $7 to win, $2 to place.
I'll take Salt Coats, $2.40, just to be a bit boring, and I'm going to be even more boring in the next race, 1200 meter race number 6. Another favorite for me, a Garwood, undefeated, 3-year-old filly, $2.60. She looks pretty good to me.
Fair enough, mate. I mean, look, I'm really interested to talk about this race here because there's a bit of history that goes behind this race that I think you really need to look at when it comes to finding your winner. Within the Law, obviously, is like, the top horse going into this one. It was one of the boom horses going into the slipper, ran decently in the slipper, then also ran really well in the Percy Sykes Stakes, and then came second in a Group 1 Champagne. So, I mean, it's done everything. It's got the runs on the board, right? But I mean, I think, had the runs on the board, but this race here, punters, is historically not won by a horse that was a big boom prospect in the autumn, very similar to the Coolmore Stud Stakes. This race has, sometimes not even won by horses that even ran in the Golden Slipper. Last horse to win this race after even running in the slipper was Swift Witness in 2021, and she ran like shit in that race. So look for the horses that did their best work post-slipper and is looking to burst on the scene here. And the favourite you've backed there certainly fits that bill. Another horse that I think fits that bill is Savvy Halley. Actually beat Within the Law home in the Percy Sykes Stakes, and then, went to the paddock, whereas Within the Law pressed on and then ran really well in the Champagne Stakes. Trials were really slick in the lead up to the spring here with Savvy Halley, and then she finally broke her maiden first up this prep with a win in the heavy, has speed to overcome the wide draw. I'm really all over her, and I'm really confident that she runs a really good race here. $5, Savvy Halley. I'm one of my more confident bets on the day, but you can't really be super confident with this weather.
Awesome.
Race 7, Group 3, 1,100 metres, Toy Show Quality Stakes. The question here is, does Autumn Glow run? Because if she does, you just have to have her on top, as you need to back her till she fails with these sort of horses that are building the picket fence. Take your pick. Winx, Via Sistina, she's the next one in line, apparently. But I don't think she runs on this deck, so I'll have her remaining on top if she does run. Doesn't run, second tip's Manal. Plain and simple.
Take the words out of my mouth, mate.
Hasn't won since this time last year, but let's be fair, she's been chasing around Autumn Glow and Lady Shenandoah every single time she's headed to the races. So she has her excuses. $9 to win, $2.30, great price. Classy, quick, get around her.
Awesome, mate. Words out of my mouth, Autumn Glow, if not Manal. We'll skip race 8. Wing Stakes will come back to a bit later. Take us to race 9, mate.
Jeez, I feel like I'm doing all the talking here. Great
Yeah.
race. Honestly, race of the day outside the big one, in my opinion. Many good chances lining up here. Yellow Brick overs, even with the big weight. Honestly, could dominate them at the huge price of $7, and I'll kick myself if he does because I'm not on him, because I'm on Romeo's Choice. That's the Richie Lit horse I was alluding to earlier. He's just whispering in my ear saying, Cashy, you got to back me. So I'm backing him here. He's got this horse humming, does Richie Lit. It's more than worthy to step up to the Group 3 level here. Both wins lately have been on sloppy decks. And we know that he's got 6.5 kilos less than Yellow Brick and 2 more kilos on the favourite General Salute. I think he'll kick hard late and get at least a placing and a win. I'll definitely be not surprised if he gets $10 to win, $3.30 to place.
I'm settling with Espionage here, mate. Definitely a big drop in field that he's playing, that he's running against. No, it is a boy. He. Running behind Jolly Star and Jimmy Star in the spring, I think, last year, or in the autumn. This is a pretty easy race, and $10 is a price that I'm loving, and $3 for a place. Has won on the slot before. Can get it done. Timmy Clark, world talented jockey. Last of the day, mate, 1,600, benchmark 78 to finish off. I'm going with Rogue Rocker, $11, $3.30 for a place. It's a black booker of mine. I've watched it for the last couple of times. It hasn't actually done anything too impressive, but it's won me a bit of money in the past, so I've always got it back in the black book. Rogue Rocker in the last, mate.
Island Dream for me, $8, $52.80. Swims, get the distance, has feathers on the back, all big ticks in my eyes. Happy to have her.
Awesome.
Alrighty, that brings us to the great spring tip-off. For those of you listening at home and you're in our comp, congratulations for getting in. If you're listening and you're not in the comp, too bad, so sad. It is too late to join up now, but we have got over 150 punters getting around us this spring with our brand new tipping portal. Shout out to Riley Oakes, the man behind the tech. He's built it for us. You just go on your phone now, mate. You log into the portal, you place your tips. You got jokers as well. We have jokers that we can play ourselves. 3 jokers. You get double points for some races.
Do you still get double points for the Melbourne Cup?
No, that replaces the Melbourne Cup double points. 3
Okay.
jokers to be used all spring. So if you want to use it on your Melbourne Cup, go ahead. But you have to use it 3 points throughout the spring. So for instance, for this weekend, if I was super confident in Via Sistina, I'd go bang, joker, and instead of getting 4 points, I get 8 points. Okay? What's your strategy with them? What do you think you're going to do there?
I think I'm going to keep one up my sleeve because if we remember the last it might have even been autumn. And autumn and spring, I've been in it until the last couple of races, right, where I couldn't tip favourites at the end.
Yeah, you had to go big, yeah.
So I might keep one up my sleeve so that if worse comes to worse and there's Via Sistina at $3 in a easy race or for whatever it is, right, I can double points it or whatever it is and get some more points and it'll make it closer. So I'm going to keep one up my sleeve and then 2 when I'm really confident as well. But I think you need to have some odds behind it.
Yeah, I'm waiting to go deep in the spring with them. I'm not playing my hand too early.
I'll play my hand if I'm confident. Don't get me wrong.
I'm waiting till at least like those weeks where you've got 5.
Because I don't want to be stuck in the last 3 weeks with 3 and be like, oh, I probably could have used one.
Yeah, fair.
So,
but yeah, no.
When it feels right, man. When it feels right,
Yeah,
I'll just do it.
when it feels
Don't worry
right.
about it. Don't worry about my tactics. Worry about your own.
That's a good point, man. I'm looking
Trying
for
to
3
trying to-
straight here.
Yeah, I need to sort myself out. All right, so
Yeah.
don't worry. We haven't thought of a punishment, have we?
No,
we
the
haven't.
punishment is going to be confirmed in the next couple of weeks. We're more focused on getting the autumn punishment done first. But there's been many a suggestion that people have sent in. Feel free to send in more suggestions. Skydiving's been a couple one I've gotten.
Mm-hmm.
Would you skydive?
I feel like I want to I wouldn't mind doing it, but I don't know if I'd do it for like a punishment. You know what I mean?
I'm kind of the same. It's on my bucket list, but I don't know if I'd want to be forced into it.
That's
I'd
the
like
thing,
to do it
it's
at
like-
my own pace.
I want to do it, so I don't want to do it as a mock sports thing. I want to do it as a life thing.
Yeah, I'm the same. If we end up skydiving, I won't be mad, but like I kind of want to do that on my own time.
Yeah, agreed.
One guy sent to me we should do it like they saw these guys in America that a punishment for them was walking all the way home from the races. So if we were at Randwick, we had to walk all the way home from Randwick.
That took me like 10 hours.
I know. And then another one I got sent was
That took me literally 10 hours.
another-
It's like a 45-minute drive.
another group in America. What they did was they obviously easier for them in America, still a long flight, but they had to take a flight to Europe and then get straight off the plane and get back on a flight back to America without leaving the airport. So they had to go through departures, turn around, go straight back into arrival, straight back through customs,
Yeah,
get on the
well,
flight.
That's funny, but
Not in our budget,
on
but
our
like
budget.
maybe a flight to Canberra and then get straight back on the flight. But yeah, all part of us trying to make racing fun again. The great spring tip-off, the 150 punters riding with us. We're still in talks with potentially some big prizes coming from sponsors. I won't say who yet, just in case they don't come through. Yeah, maybe. But yeah, the way it works, other than those jokers, it's the same thing, mate. You get your points for tipping a horse. It's like it's $1 each way. And whatever it pays out, fixed odds after the race, that's your points. So obviously the Winx Stakes is the race this week. Whether or not it runs still remains to be seen. But let's just see it, play it as we see it. You've got Light Infantryman, Cheerwolf, Gringotts, Arapaho, Lindemann, Robusto, War Eternal, Diamond Diesel, Via Sistina, Fangirl, Full Count Felicia, and Aliana. 12 strong horses. You were meant to have a Lady Shenandoah here as well, but she's off to the sprint, so that throws another spanner in the works. We don't have to contend with her. On face value, mate, what are you thinking?
Honestly, even though I've said Gringotts is going to lose, the way this race is going to play out is Waller's going to scratch all 3 of his girls in Via Sistina, Fangirl, and Eliana and save him for the rest of the spring. That's what I think. And then Gringotts is just going to be the default next one up. Anyway, but I haven't got one of the 3 Waller's horses either. It's a good race. Good way to start. I wish it was sunny. It would have been an absolute great race to see Via Sistina go up against Fangirl and Eliana's the new rising star coming through, as well
100%.
as
Would have been a
some-
cracker.
Chow Wolf probably didn't have the best spring last year.
I didn't have the best autumn.
Sorry, after a good spring.
Yeah.
My apologies. I just stuffed up there. But yeah, it's even Robusto is going to be competitive.
Which is crazy to say at Group 1 level with these sort of horses.
So it's going to be a good race, but you're going to have to wait and see what's going to happen. I've settled with Chow Wolf, $11, $2.75. I think it's a good price to have. Plus there's one on the slot, has one at the distance. And yeah, the only problem is its first up record isn't red hot. It's had 0 wins from 4 starts.
Usually needs the run.
But I'm happy to see how Joey Pride's set up for this spring.
Look, I'm going to say before I get into my tip, I respect it so highly. I wish we saw more of it. But clearly, the Diamond Diesel camp has seen just how wet it's going to be and went, hey, they're probably all going to scratch. We like the wet. Let's go like 10 steps ahead of what we are actually capable of doing. Throw our hat into a Group 1. We'll pay 100 to 1. Should be paying 1,000 to 1. But let's go pick up some prize money if we can maybe beat a couple of these big horses home because we like the wet. And then imagine if by somehow the craziness of this 9-year-old gelding that has done absolutely nothing really in comparison to the rest of these, it's running dead last in, open class races in the middle of winter. And then all of a sudden, hey, let's go get some prize money. I like that. Okay. And then if they somehow luck out and win a Group 1, they can say, fuck you, we won a Group 1. Who cares that it was a 4-horse field because they all scratched? It counts. So I love to see it. Hopefully it runs a solid 6 to pick up some prize money for the connections there. But I mean, I'm pretty simple. Via runs, wins, in my opinion.
Yep.
I think there was special circumstances behind that run last year on the heavy deck when everyone's like, oh, clearly she can't run in the heavy. It hailed on that track 10 minutes before they ran. Plus you had Pride of Jenny just ruining things by doing what Pride of Jenny does. Throw it out. Abnormal race doesn't count. Does not count. She is from England. Like, she knows how to get it done in the wet. Okay? Like, the only time she's seen a genuine heavy track was that track, and it was an anomaly. You had Pride of Jenny running everyone into the ground, and she was running on ice, basically. So I think she can run in the heavy, but this heavy, I think they just don't even risk it. So I don't think she runs. If she runs, I'm on her. But I think she's more likely not to run. So Aliana for me. I think, she's the next one up. Fangirl probably won't run because she would have been next one up for me, but she hates the sloppy deck. So I think Aliana probably gets to it more than Fangirl. And then if for some reason she scratches, the next one up would probably be a Chairwolf or a Gringotts, but we'll see on the day if any of those actually scratch. Stay tuned to our socials. We'll post up the final tips if all of these horses do scratch or even we get pushed back. But Via, number 1, scratched. Aliana, scratched. It'll be Chairwolf or Gringotts depending on which one of them actually makes the races. But yeah, that's about all I can say. I think it's been a really, really good race on paper that's been destroyed by some pretty shitty weather.
100%.
It'll be whoever can just get there and, swim the best, basically. Anything around the country, mate?
I've only got one. Moonee Valley, race number 8. I'm going with Globe. First up here. $6 should be nice. Marks are on board.
Fair enough. I've got Moonee Valley race 6, Prince Eric, $17 to win, $4.30 to place. Black Booker of mine, always got to back your Black Book. And just a solid horse. Always rocks up and puts in a really solid effort. So I'm surprised to see it at this price, especially when it's missed the placings only once this distance and runs its best when first up. So I'm really struggling to get that price around my head. But then in that Barracrill race, I'm going for the favourite there, Oak Hill. I'm very confident it's going to run really good. Won its race here only a couple of weeks back, quite impressively with Shin on board. We get Mark Zara this time, but still loves Moonee Valley. Moonee Valley specialist. 5 starts at the track, 4 wins, 1 second. 3 runs second up, 2 wins, 1 second. 9 runs at the distance, 6 wins, 2 seconds. So, I mean, this is literally the perfect setup for it. I think, it's only Danger is that Barrack Wheel if it's the same horse it was. If not, I think Oak Hill gets this done quite comfortably and maybe puts its hand up for Everest. I don't think it'll come anywhere near winning in Everest, but I feel like the Everest field this year is going to be quite slim when it comes to the tail end of horses. I think that top sort of 4 is going to be really stacked, and then it's going to really peter out towards the back. But I mean, wins this will probably go to a Moya or a Manicato. May as well throw your hand up in a Group 1 sprint at Moonee Valley if you're so good at sprinting at Moonee Valley. So yeah, confident that Oak Hill wins this week. And spoiler, it's my most confident bet of the day. It will be my best bet later on.
Awesome. We'll move to the quaddie, mate. Randwick, race number 7. We've got Amina, Manal, Autumn Glow, and Cigar Flick. That's 2, 3, 4, 7. Race 8, Via, Eliana, Cheryl Wolf, and Fangirl. 2, 9, 10, 12. Yellow Brick, Romeo's Choice, General, Salute, and Espionage. That is 1, 8, 10. I don't know what General Salute is.
5.
1, 8, 5, 10, I think.
Yep, 1, 5, 8, 10.
Yep. And then race 10, you got Glad You Think So, Island Dream, Rogue Rocker.
Sorry, 1, 5, 8, 11.
1, 8, 5, 11.
1, 5, 8, 11.
Awesome. Race 10, Glad You Think So, Island Dream, Rogue Rocker, Mornington Pier. 5, 6, 12, 15. $50 gets you 19.5%. Best bet around the country, mate. I know you just spoiled it.
Okay.
Awesome. For me, it's got to be, let me get it up. I had it here. Sorry, punters. It's going to be race number 5, Salt Coats. $2.40 for me. I think it's the best. Loves the swim. Can get it done. Obviously, punters, all of our bets might change. The quaddie might change pending scratchings, but we'll update that come the day. We're also introducing a new little thing at the end. Best roughie of the day, mate. Anywhere around the country. Best roughie you can. I'm looking at your thing you put down. That's not really a roughie. But yeah,
I was gonna say there's gonna be the argument that like what price constitutes a roughie? What price constitutes a roughie for you?
I was thinking at least over 15, over $20.
Damn.
Do you want me to go first so you can have a look through to find another one? Or
I've only tipped one horse that is at that price. So what I'll say is my best roughie is Prince Eric, $17 to win, $4.30 at Moonee Valley. Maybe my best value or best each way bet is Romeo's Choice at Randwick there in race 9 at $10 to win, $3.30. Now that I know that the roughie has to be at least $15,
I think it just makes sense.
Find one. Yeah, I know. I thought there was going to be a couple of people going, "Oh, fucking $10 isn't a roughie, you idiot." But I thought, there's not many good value chances around, in my opinion. But yeah, I'll go Prince Eric then is my best roughie of the day.
Mine's going to be Brielle Rose in the second in the highway, $41. So should be very, very nice. And if I go for value play, I think piggyback in race number 3 at Randwick at $7.
Let me just check something. I want to see the more places odds on Diamond Diesel. I just want to see what we could get for maybe a top 6 if they're giving us top 6.
All right.
Top 6 for Diamond Diesel. $4.50. I mean, not terrible. Good. Not terrible if you want to get around the Diamond Diesel train. I mean, you could probably have a worse bet on the weekend with the weather that it's going to be.
I agree.
But yeah, anything else, mate?
It's good to be back, guys. Thank you for joining us.
Really love the love they all sent us as well. Got a lot of people going, fuck yeah, we're back.
No, it's good. It's we're building as always. We probably haven't been as active yet, but this is our time now. So there's no excuses here. If you want to see anything from us, we've got the time. Footy's ending. We've got to have a lot of time up our sleeve. We're going to have a lot more content coming out with our horses now that they're starting to get to the pointy end of
head of the
things
races soon, hopefully. Knock on wood.
So we're going to start getting some content out with that, and then obviously summer's coming around. We're definitely looking into some golf content this year, as well as some other content that we're going to
it's gonna be huge. Spring, we got our weekly pods, we got our social segments, we've got the We Bought a Horse series that's going to be starting to really get
streaming with Dabble when we can.
Streaming with Dabble. Make sure to use code MOCSports when we send you. Gamble responsibly. Set a deposit limit. Also, make sure to check them out this weekend for any footy bets, as well as those updated quaddies if we have to change them.
Yep.
And then, yeah, I mean, plenty more. We've got our comper running. We might run in some other comps, some giveaways potentially. Who knows? Might even look into another merch run now that it's springtime and people want to rep the Mock Sports brand again, look into some different designs. Who knows? I mean, yeah, we're keen. Big
For sure.
time to go. Huge.
100%. Every second Friday, I'm streaming at 3 p.m. on Dabble. So if you want to check it out,
And you can call in as well and give him shit.
there's a hotline on there, a live hotline that didn't work last week. But we also do some, I don't know if I can say it, a couple of giveaways maybe, potentially. I don't know if I can say that, but I just did. So, yeah, get on if you want. Thanks for joining. All the best. We'll see you guys next week.
Huge.